Captain America no more. Let me explain. Steve Rogers was turned into Captain America in the 1940s in order to become a political symbol for the might of the US government. During his initial time while fighting, he was frozen in ice, but he was thawed out decades later. A man out of time, Steve did what he could and evolved the mantle of Captain America from being a soldier fighting a long over war, and instead made it a symbol of the American dream. However, in issue 332, Captain America was called in front of a committee known as the Commission, which consisted of many high-ranking government officials. This group told Steve that the concept of Captain America was owned by the government, and the contracts he signed in order to be injected with the super soldier serum made it so he was under the control of the government. Although those agreements were long forgotten, the Commission intended to rekindle those legal documents which were still technically in effect. However, Steve was conflicted, as he was no longer a soldier for the government, but a hero for the people. So, Steve gave up his costume and shield, walking away. Steve Rogers refused to become a political puppet of the government. He is not a representation of the government, which is prone to corruption and evil, but instead, Captain America is a representation of the American dream and its people. Steve would still embody that though, as he became the Captain. Meanwhile, John Walker became the new Captain America, who was a pawn for the system and was just as flawed as it. Eventually, Steve and John traded costumes as Steve became Captain America once more, and John became a literal government agent named US Agent. These two are similar in many ways, as they both say they love their country. But the sad reality is, John is not a patriot. He's a nationalist who blindly follows orders. And as more and more people become like, and even worse than John, you need to be like Steve. Help your people, do what you can, and do not blindly follow the government or propaganda.